Hello and welcome to News Tonight. I am Rhoda Ngonzi, on sign language, Dorothy Namayomba. Let's dig into it. President Yoweri Museveni has commissioned the 600 megawatt Karuma hydroelectric power plant in China-Uganda district. The $1.7 billion US dollar facility is poised to enhance the country's energy stability and fuel economic growth. President Museveni emphasized the need for continued investment in power generation to ensure future demand does not outpace supply.
Electric power station stands as Uganda's largest power project to date, with a generation capacity of 600 megawatts. Commissioned by President Yoweri Museveni, the power plant is expected to transform the energy landscape by addressing power shortages and accelerating economic development across key sectors.
So we have moved now, but we are going to continue moving. We are not going to relax. Because this little electricity we have here now is going to support the factories. It will be very soon, because now the supply is like 500 megawatts, but very soon it will be overtaken. So that's why, where is Ayago Nankavirwa? We gave it to some people. What are they doing?
President Museveni's vision is echoed by the Vice President, retired Major Jessica Lupo, who emphasized the need for continued investment in energy infrastructure to meet the demands of Uganda's rapidly expanding economy.
It is a clear indication of the NRM government's strategic approach to uplifting every sector of society through provision of energy, a vital ingredient for national development.
According to the Minister of Energy and Mineral Development, Dr. Rhoda Ngonzi, the commissioning of Karuma is not just about adding megawatts to the grid, but it's about ensuring electricity stability.
First of all, government contributed 15% to the money that was used to set up this plant. And that means that the cost of the electricity from here is going to be cheaper, 4.97 US cents.
She, however, underscores the need for the government to continue investing heavily to cushion the country from load shedding and blackouts in the near future.
We need more money to reach everybody, and we need more power. If we are to see the standard gauge railway being facilitated with electricity, if we are to see all borders using electricity, all cars manufactured in Uganda or imported using electricity, we need much more power. That's why our energy generation strategy has a figure of 52,481 megawatts by 2040.
Karuma is a clean energy plant that underscores Uganda's commitment to sustainable development, says the Permanent Secretary at the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development.
By adding Karuma to the national grid, we see our clean energy electricity increasing to 93% of our energy mix. So that speaks again to greening, net zero commitment by the government of Uganda to ensure that we are achieving our nationally determined contributions as committed at COP28, but also under the UNFCCC protocols.
The project also reflects Uganda's deepening cooperation with China in infrastructure development, as highlighted by the Chinese ambassador to Uganda.
China will continue to be Uganda's reliable partners in realizing the Uganda Vision 2040.
But I'm also very happy with China and also the company Sino-Hydro, because they are a serious company. So I will write to the President of China and thank him for his support.
With Karuma now operational, the country's power generation capacity has risen to 2,200 megawatts. The commissioning of this 600 megawatts Karuma hydropower plant is just a drop in the ocean in Uganda's quest to produce at least 52,000 megawatts of electricity by the year 2040. Dennis Igoa for UBC News in Karuma.
Also, President Yoweri Museveni has officially launched the Royal Milk Enterprises factory in Nalukolongo. The president emphasized the importance of local production in driving economic growth and ensuring food security. Founded in 1995 by Haji Burhan Chigoye, Royal Milk Enterprises started as a small company in Masindi district, Unyoro sub-region.
Enterprises has evolved with Haj Chigoye's children actively involved in its growth and operations. The factory collects 200,000 liters of milk per day and sources its milk from 25 collection centers across the country. President Yoweri Museveni, while launching the Nalukolongo-based Royal Milk Enterprises factory, thanked Unyoro farmers for heeding to his message of transitioning to commercial farming.
Ukhabura abarisa abakarisa nibona abiri ndiheye nabo ukubahabura ukurisa ukukhindura umurimo gwo gukora sente gutari gwo kama amatego ngo kunywa ahaka kamasho so twagira umushaka twatandika busi twagumuza mu cyo tukora abanyabushozi bakihurira bagatandika bake.
The president acknowledged Uganda's current milk production of 5 billion liters annually and emphasized the need to explore international demand.
So nicho nchani bagambira okuya NRM abuka nkaba mbitandikire umyaka yenkaga kuri yo wetu nyabushozi nkabitandikira tukasoma byensi yona ntubimanya ntumanya ensuzone kuzarugire ahansi zikatunguka.
He praised Haji Chigoye's children for stepping into their father's shoes. The president also highlighted the importance of transitioning to long-life products like ultra-heat treatment milk from the pasteurized milk currently produced by the factory to enhance market outreach and reduce transport costs.
To salute the old man for listening to our message. You see, the problem of this part of Africa is not poverty at all. The problem of this part of Africa was conceptual.
The Minister of State for Youth and Children Affairs, Mr. Balambaro Gahara, underscored the importance of youth engagement in national development. He expressed gratitude to Mzee Chigoye's children for embracing their father's vision. The ambassador of the European Union to Uganda, Jan Sadek, highlighted the significance of this project in realizing President Museveni's vision for Uganda's industrial transformation. The executive director of Royal Milk Enterprises, Sale Chigoye, spoke passionately about the company's commitment to bridging gaps in the dairy industry. To further enhance production, Saleh made an appeal to the president, saying, "We would like Your Excellency to assist us with an ultra-heat treatment plant which would double our production capacity. We believe this investment will take us far and employ more youth in the company." Responding to his request, the president pledged to support the company with the ultra-heat treatment plant through government funding. Crispus Arinitwe, Lydia Chamkama, UBC News.
And the Vice President Jessica Alupo has praised the enduring warm relationship between Uganda and China, which has flourished since Uganda's independence in 1962. This relationship is characterized by mutual economic development partnerships, propelling Uganda towards its goal of achieving middle-income status by 2030. This is outlined in the NRM manifesto. The Vice President highlighted that the NRM government, under the leadership of President Yoweri Museveni, has fostered mutual trust between the two nations. His trust has enabled Uganda to share economic opportunities with China. She was speaking at a dinner hosted by the Chinese embassy in Uganda at Sheraton Kampala Hotel Gardens to commemorate the 75th anniversary of the founding of the People's Republic of China.
Excellency, Uganda and China have enjoyed excellent and mutually beneficial political, economic, and historical relations based on the principles of mutual respect and shared interests since Uganda attained its independence in 1962. Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Uganda is appreciative of President Xi Jinping's announcement of the 10 partnership actions that China will take with Africa to advance modernization in the next 3 years, covering the areas of mutual learning among civilizations, trade and prosperity, industrial chain cooperation, infrastructure connectivity, development cooperation, health, agriculture and livelihoods, people-to-people exchanges, green development, and common security. As we join you to celebrate the 75 years since your founding, Uganda looks forward to working with you to leverage our competencies for shared prosperity. May I now propose a toast to the good health and prosperity of His Excellency Xi Jinping and the good people of China, for God and my country.
Your Excellency, thanks to the outstanding leadership of His Excellency President Xi Jinping and His Excellency President Museveni, China-Uganda financial relationship is now at its best time in history. As a Chinese ambassador, it is my privilege to be involved and to witness the progress of the China-Uganda relationship on a foremost frontier. This September at the FOCAC Summit, China and Uganda have jointly confirmed to elevate China-Uganda relationship to a comprehensive strategic cooperative partnership based on the consensus of the two countries.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's cut it. Good. Cheers. Another.
Institutions responsible for managing admissions into nursing and midwifery programs have been cautioned to admit numbers that they have capacity to take care of to solve the problem of overcrowding in institutions. The Minister for Education and Sports, Janet Museveni, while releasing the 37th cohort of the Uganda nurses and midwifery examinations of June 2024 at State House Nakasero, said government does not have all the resources to take care of everything.
It is now my pleasure to release the results for the 37 series of UNIMEB final examinations of
Uganda Nurses and Midwifery Examinations Board has released the 37th series of final examinations of June 2024. The Minister for Education and Sports, Janet Museveni, officiated the examination release.
My hope is that technical teams from the training institutions, UNIMEB and the ministry will sit together, preferably in the same room, and find answers to questions on why the results attained in a particular release are this way, what needs to be done better.
18,470 candidates were assessed, 2,622 certificate and 15,848 diploma program from 132 accredited examination centers. The chairperson, UNMEB, Christine Nimwesiga appreciated government's timely release of grants and provision of security of 1.8 billion shillings for the UNIMEB office block and equipment, recommending the ministry to come up with policy interventions to address the issue of congestion in existing hospitals.
Increased enrollment of trainees in the health training institutions has exerted pressure on the existing hospitals used for training as such, causing congestion. Therefore, the board recommends that the Ministry of Education and Sports studies this area comprehensively and come up with the policy interventions that will maintain quality health education and training.
The Minister for Education and Sports, Janet Museveni, explained that the easiest intervention is to reduce the numbers of students admitted, attributing the problem of overcrowding to lack of proper planning.
So the problem of nursing and midwifery trainees congesting hospitals and health facilities where they train from is the easiest to solve. Simply admit fewer students, at least for now. And then the other expensive solutions that take time and money to implement can come later when resources permit.
Results indicate that out of 15,848 candidates for certificate, 15,174 passed, and out of 2,622 diploma candidates, 24,079 passed, that is 94.6%. However, under certificate, 4.0% of the candidates did not attain the pass mark, while in diploma, 5.2% failed.
It was observed that the candidates for certificate in nursing performed better overall compared to their counterparts of certificate in midwifery and certificate in mental health nursing. And yet, the admission requirements are the same and are trained during the same facilities. Therefore, Mama, we are requesting that the ministry should interrogate this further to explain the cause of variation in performance.
The Minister for Education, Janet Museveni, explained that it is her prayer that teaching of values and ethics of work is included in the nursing and midwifery curriculum.
Because a professional nurse or midwife who has a low regard for values in life can be dangerous to their patients. Which means this profession is for those who are morally upright, with integrity and humility. Therefore, your curriculum should ensure these values as the training goes on.
The Permanent Secretary, Minister of Education and Sports, Kendres Todiagenda, said government offered scholarships for some post-basic programs in nursing and midwifery, which helped increase enrollment.
In pediatric and child health care nursing, advanced diploma in public health nursing, and advanced diploma in palliative care nursing. This intervention, Mama, has improved enrollment in those three areas from 53 to now 112. That's I'm
Navka Farida and Abdunasir Wama in Kampala.
And Uganda's Prime Minister Robina Nabbanja has scooped a Global Women Leadership Award in New York. The Global Women Leadership Award is an annual award conferred by the Center of Economic and Leadership Development based in the United Kingdom. The award was handed over to Nabbanja during the Global Power Women Conference 2024 that was convened at the Graduate Center University of New York City.
While receiving the Global Award, Nabbanja explained that Uganda has made substantial strides towards gender equality through progressive laws and policies. Nabbanja dedicated the award to President Yoweri Museveni, the Cabinet of Uganda, and the people of Kakumiro District.
I wish to express my sincere gratitude to His Excellency General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the President of the Republic of Uganda, for appointing me Prime Minister, and also as well as his mentorship and support throughout my career. I want to thank God for the gift of life. I dedicate this award to the President of the Republic of Uganda for his commitment to make sure that women are at the forefront.
In her keynote address toward women leaders, Nabanja explained that women need further empowerment to transform the world, especially in the financial sector.
Women in leadership should support, continuously mentor, inspire, and guide upcoming women leaders. Moreover, promoting women's voice in public decision-making is essential for advancing gender equality.
Nabanja appealed toward leaders to remove all discriminatory legal frameworks in the journey to empower women
and implement policies that support women's participation in the labor force, ensuring equal access to public services for all.
The award recognizes and celebrates notable women leaders who have demonstrated exceptional leadership on a global scale, inspiring countless individuals and driving significant change across regions and sectors. The event ran under the theme, Advancing the Transformative Power of Technology Through Women's Lens, Shaping the Future of Business and Governance. Crispus, Arinitwe, UBC News.
Frank Nyakana, Rusa and Robert Nowere have been announced as the Interim Executive Director and Deputy, respectively, for Kampala Capital City Authority, while Dr. Sarah Zalwango sits in as Director of Public Health. The announcement was made to the staff of KCCA in a meeting convened by the Minister for Kampala, Hajat Minsa Kabanda, following a closed-door meeting that decided on the names for replacement.
Frank Nyakana Rusa, Robert Nowere and Sarah Zalwango have been announced the Interim Executive Director, Deputy and Director Public Health respectively for Kampala Capital City Authority.
Nowere Robert is the Deputy Executive Director. Tentatively.
The three directors were disclosed in a meeting convened by the Minister for Kampala, Hajat Minsa Kabanda, following a closed-door meeting that decided on the selection.
Today we are going to pronounce ourselves tentatively what we are going to do.
Their appointment followed dismissal of the three top directors following the IGG report that faulted them of negligence that led to the death of over 30 people in Kitezi. During the meeting, the Minister for Kampala, Hajat Minsa Kabanda, tasked the staff at KCCA to collaborate with the interim executive to steer continuity of the authority.
Stay calm. Let us be calm and ensure that the changes do not adversely affect the delivery of service by KCCA as an institution.
State Minister for Kampala, Kabuye Chofa Togabye, noted that among the issues that will be handled in the interim will include aligning the human resource for adjustment to positive change.
You know yourselves, some of you know yourselves that you've been here just masqueraders and you are like ticks milking everybody. You will go, of course you will go. By next week we shall have cleaned the whole house.
Katuramu, who represented the head of public service at the meeting, tasked KCCA staff to uphold their roles and desist from taking their service for granted. Katuramu also tasked the interim executive not to undermine issues of waste management, staff payment, and accountability.
To request KCCA to reflect on the issue of waste management. You seem to be looking at the tail end. Waste management has a cycle.
She further tasked the interim executive to work towards making KCCA a better place and desist from politicking that has seen the authority in bad records.
Put him to deliver services to the people of Kampala. You need to be a model for the other cities that have been created.
The acting director, Frank Nyakana Rusa, in his maiden speech noted that the task ahead of him in the 100 days will include, among others, restoring public trust towards the authority, ensuring public accountability, and steering teamwork.
As I've been here, I've seen it has suffered a serious shortage of trust. I will be a leader who encourages trust. Because when you have trust, then you can engage in constructive conflict.
He also pledged to embark on the unresolved issues that put KCCA on the spotlight, like garbage, Kitezi issues, non-payment of staff, and restoring order in the city.
I know that Kitezi is highest on our agenda. Finding the land, the emergency response, dealing with the aftermath, the compensations, etc., etc. But I also know that some of you are uncomfortable about the human resource manual. You're not sleeping because you've heard things about that manual. I want to tell you that we are hearing you and we're going to pay attention to it.
The 3 directors who were selected from within the authority will oversee the authority in the acting positions for 3 months as the Public Service Commission prepares for the possible new replacements. Susan Naung and Ivan Juko reporting for ABC TV.
Meanwhile, councillors from the 5 divisions of Kampala have been locked out of the council chambers following a letter from the Ministry of Kampala to postpone their meeting after the removal of the 3 KCCA technocrats. The Speaker of the Council, Zahara Luyimbazi, however, denied receiving any communication regarding the extension of the ordinary council sessions.
Kampala Capital City councillors were this Thursday scheduled to discuss critical issues and receive reports from the City Executive Committee concerning the Kitezi catastrophe, but could not after they were locked out. With the authority currently lacking management following the removal from office of the 3 officials by President Yoweri Museveni, many operations have stalled. The Minister for Kampala Affairs, Hajat Minsa Kabanda, subsequently advised KCCA governors to reschedule the council sessions until interim replacements are appointed.
Meeting is set to nemufuna n'abantu abagenda okuactinga mu bifo bino. Kati musazeewo buli kimu kiyimirire mu kitongole lwakuba temusobola kufuna acting iddi.
However, Speaker to Council Zahara Ruirika denied receiving any such letter from the minister regarding the extension. She expressed her disappointment, calling the situation unfortunate.
Yes, I saw this yesterday at 4:30, but the minister did not write to the office of the Speaker stopping council. It is very unfortunate for the Lord Mayor, Mwami Lukwago. You're very unfortunate to the people of Kampala. In fact, you're embarrassing yourself day by day. I wonder, and the council, what is in the report of Kitezi. But I want to tell you today, you've directed, they lock the council chambers, they have changed the key locks, it is locked.
Councillors believe the incident is linked to their demand for a report from the City Executive Committee headed by the Lord Mayor, Elias Lukwago, concerning the Kitezi disaster.
The reason why the Speaker called for that meeting is for the yearning of the people who lost their loved ones in Kitezi, to make sure that we get a report so that those people can get a fair hearing or they can maybe get to be compensated.
Bino bino bigenda mu maaso bagendedde butaleta report ya Kitezi bwe twogera kakati ekitongole kino singa badde balina ekintu kye baagala okukusa bayiseewo bali badde bataddewo dda acting iddi kubanga tulina badirectors bangi wano bakwata omu ne bakola ki ne bamussawo ekitongole kigende mu maaso. But as we speak, ekyokugalawo chambers nga lock ebaddeko ne mukyusa lock, that is another criminal act.
The spokesperson for the authority, Daniel Nwabine, explained why councillors were denied access to the chambers.
In the absence of the executive director, minutes can't be taken, and technical advice may not be legally secured. So we sought advice from the Honourable Minister for Kampala, who in turn advised the Speaker in writing to extend the council session that was slated for today to a later date when the office of the executive director is constituted either in interim capacity or permanent capacity.
Meanwhile, a political meeting was later held in the Speaker's office and it was resolved that the council will reconvene on Tuesday 1st October 2024. Justine Nakami, UBC News.
And with that, we take a quick break. When we return, more details.
We are at Shiloh Standard Nursery and Primary School to reward our lucky winner again for our pay school fees with Momo. We are paying school fees for a student who is lucky because the parent used our codes to pay their school fees. You can as well be our winner for the next school fees prize by dialing *165 *80# and you opt into the competition.
Umiatia going shag no go shim te luangini kanti bicho lukwana tena aneni wa po berane da kwani ba mi gum apu akwa you dushu meti kere mba man me ma fen MTM kiken ba mi gum hi men.
Together we're unstoppable.
Hey kids, we're going to count today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Enjoy 5 ways to love your baby, smoothen and protect your baby's skin with 5 new gentle formulations. Original to nurture your baby, aloe vera to protect your chibubu skin. Cocoa butter to comfort your pinku. Mild scent to soothe your little one, and avocado to soften your buju skin. Available in all supermarkets, retail shops, and cosmetics shops near you. Move it, baby jelly. All day confidence.
Do you need data collection services, data analysis and reporting, monitoring and evaluation systems? Then contact Mold Technologies, a professional research firm that has provided many organizations with timely research solutions for over 15 years. For more information, visit www.mt.co.ug or call us on 0704 913 399 or 0782 602 963. Visit our office in Kampala at Sayuni Complex in Tinda. Mood Technologies, your professional research firm.
To help businesses recover from the impact of COVID-19, government introduced a tax amnesty through a waiver of interest and penalty on outstanding principal tax as at June 30th, 2023. Accordingly, URA has since July 2024 been implementing this waiver. To benefit, simply pay your outstanding principal tax by December 31st, 2024, and the waiver is applied automatically upon payment confirmation. This amnesty applies to domestic taxes, namely income tax, rental tax, payee, and others. Grab this golden opportunity today. For more, use the platforms displayed.
Uganda Revenue Authority, developing Uganda together.
Welcome back. You are still watching News Tonight. Minister for Works and Transport, General Katumba Wamala, has announced a ban on the use of steel, timber, concrete, composite construction method. The minister confirms the investigation done by the Building Review Board has found the construction method unsafe and risky to the public.
At least 2,954 building sites in Kampala Metropolitan were investigated by the Building Review Board, and 138 sites were found using steel, timber, concrete, composite construction method that was prohibited in 2022.
The decision was premised on Section 42 of the Building Control Act, which gives me, as a minister, powers after consultation with the relevant authorities of the board to prohibit the use of building method or materials in building operations which we consider unsafe or which have been declared unsafe. And as you said, let people not say we are refusing the use of timber, steel and concrete. No, it's the method which was being employed which we are refusing.
The steel, timber, concrete, composite construction method had gained popularity in the construction industry on the basis that it is cheap and fast.
You put the timber down, pour your concrete, put a BRC on top, and then you have the roof. so to say, on the floor. Because some of these constructions are doing storage construction, not even bungalows only, but they are going in for storage construction.
Now, 138 building sites that were found using the method have been halted pending further investigations. According to the National Building Review Board, the steel, timber, concrete composite construction method is risky to the public because it has no clear guidelines.
What were the findings? The technical committee, from their analysis, find element modeling, laboratory testing of materials, and the field tests of the existing STC sites confirmed the flaws and risks in the method of construction. And the key issues were these. 1, lack of adequate engineering basis. 2, lack of composite action. 3, lack of consideration for lateral resistance. 4, lack of hogging moment reinforcement in the slabs. 5, very poor weld connection. 6, lack of specification of timber grades and properties in use.
Concrete alone, the slab they use 100 meters thick, weighs about 500 kilograms in a square meter without the building being occupied. And it is being supported by connections which are spot welds. We are sitting on a timeline. It's a matter of time these connections will give way. And we even got an external resource to test the welds, just the connections. And 132 welded connections were tested. And of course the recommendation by an independent person who was not even part of the technical committee was that 85% of those welds were unacceptable and had to be redone.
The National Building Review Board, among other things, monitors the building developments with the aim to ensure safety for the public. Adia Nakute, UBC.
And the defense team in the murder case of Henry Katanga has disputed the evidence presented by a prosecution witness, asserting that DNA from the key suspect, Molly Katanga, was not found on the pistol allegedly used in the murder. This assertion was made during the hearing of the High Court Criminal Division in Kampala, presided over by Judge Isaac Muwata.
4 suspects: Molly Katanga, wife to the deceased Henry Katanga, Martha Nkwanza, Patricia Kakwanza daughters, George Amanyire Shamba Boy, and Otai Charis, a medical practitioner, accusing the murder case of businessman Henry Katanga. Prosecution witness still in the dock was Andrew Mobiru, the head director forensics at CID Chibuli. During cross-examination, defense legal team accused Andrew Mobiru of making a report on a wrong pistol, totally different from that which was discovered from the scene of crime.
Those swaps were supplied to you, 17A. Yes.
My lord, the swap was supplied in exhibit marked 4-3, a swap from the trigger of the pistol gun UG 16222.
My lord, that is not. The soft give you a swap from the trigger house of the gun for you to examine. Yes or no?
No, my lord.
Defense also asked Mobiru to explain how he connected the DNA and the swabs on the trigger hose of the pistol during examination, since he was in charge of the scene of crime.
Or if A1 had picked that gun, their fingerprints would be found on the gun. Yes?
I cannot speak to that. My lord, the assumption here is that every contact leaves a fingerprint, but I cannot speak to that because...
So every contact would leave fingerprint?
One would assume that fingerprints are left.
Defense also asked Mobiru to explain where he got the fingerprints of Molly Katanga, thus connecting it to the DNA. Yet this doesn't follow under his office. Mobiru was also asked to highlight on the clothing the deceased was dressed on during the murder at his home in Mbuya Chwatu Lord, and the legged stick, which was used by the accused to beat the deceased before his murder.
Yes, my lord, my response is that the items which are submitted by the police are those that they deem to be sufficient, so I have no way of determining whether they are sufficient.
Are you aware
However, prosecution objected to the defense's move to cross-examine the witness on the ballistic report done by Mutuya Umal and Yowan Nassa, all police officers attached to Ginger Road Police Station.
You are reading out a statement of a witness who is yet to testify. I thought we have already
Prosecution in this matter is represented by Senior Setan Samali Wakoli, Jonathan Muwaganya, and Ann Kiza. Court resumed on 1st October 2024 for further hearing, and the key suspect Mole Katanga, who appeared in court via Zoom from Luzla Government Prison, was further remanded. Deborah Namamonde, Viola Nansubuga, UBC News.
Non-governmental organizations are appealing for a streamlined and fair regulation tax framework to smoothen and ease their mandate. The Minister of State for Internal Affairs, General David Muhoozi, however, assures NGOs of government's commitment to addressing their challenges.
The Minister of State for Internal Affairs, General David Muhoozi, has emphasized the role that non-government organizations play in the socio-economic development of Uganda. The minister highlighted the need for enhanced collaborations between government and the non-government organizations to ensure effective service delivery and community empowerment.
As government, we recognize the critical role you play in bridging the gaps in service delivery, especially in remote and underserved areas. The importance of this dialogue, therefore, cannot be overstated. It provides us the opportunity to address the challenges you face, particularly around taxation and compliance with regulatory frameworks.
However, non-government organizations complained of bureaucratic hurdles they encounter when applying for tax exemption, which delays crucial projects due to time frame.
So, for instance, a tax waiver in 5 years is not legal. And so that has been addressed. And so now the NGOs know that this is how you get your tax waiver registration. Because these tax waivers are not straightforward. They're not obvious unless they are specifically provided for by law.
Our income comes from the goodwill of donors. It is not steady. So it comes and then dries out and then it comes. So the regulator needed to understand this, so that the mechanism of the tax mechanism they impose on us is that is informed by the understanding of who we are.
To address these challenges, Uganda Revenue Authority reiterated the government's commitment to supporting NGOs and ensuring an enabling environment for their operation.
They are supporting documents. We have to verify that you are eligible and that tax waiver is due to you. So many times the delays happen because of lapses in the documentation, where you find these NGOs do not have the full documents, and this most times delays their applications.
Sada Mubale, UBC News, Kampala.
And a recent training workshop organized by the Presidential Advisory Committee on Exports and Industrial Development has sparked a significant discussion around the challenges faced by communication officers in their interactions with journalists. The workshop aimed at addressing the complexities of government communication in light of the rapid information demands from the media.
The workshop, facilitated by esteemed British journalist Paul Baldwin, was part of a broader initiative commissioned by the President on July 11, 2024. The National Strategic Communication Committee was tasked with streamlining communication across government ministries to support Uganda's economic agenda.
We needed to direct our comms in certain areas to salvage certain sectors which are important. Sectors like exports, say tourism or trade broadly are very sensitive to information or disinformation or misinformation. So communication is key.
Baldwin, with over 20 years of experience in British journalism, emphasized the need for government spokespersons to understand what international journalists seek, which is timely and accurate information without bureaucratic delays. The training raised critical questions about the nature of truth in journalism.
The truth is sacrosanct, and whether it damages or doesn't damage a situation is neither here nor there. It's our job as journalists to seek the truth, find the truth, and publish the truth. The damage it does or doesn't do is not, that's after the fact. What we still have to do, even if we upset people, particularly if we upset people probably, we still have to seek out the truth and publish the truth.
While journalists often prioritize breaking news and uncovering facts quickly, government institutions may adhere to procedural protocols that can hinder immediate transparency.
So government communication, it's very, very important to harness it, and I'm so glad that PASAID have brought us together here, thanks to our friends from PASAID, because communication is what makes things work. For example, if we are talking about industrial development, which PASAID is talking about, which opportunities are available for industrialists in the industrial parks.
What are you trying to do? In my view, you're trying to reassure the public, you're guiding the public, you are educating the public, and you are accounting for your position or your role as government. And you must be in control.
As Uganda seeks to enhance its communication strategies, this workshop marks as a pivotal step in ensuring that government officials are well prepared to represent and communicate key government initiatives to the public and other stakeholders. Wadulo Makanol for UBC News in Kampala.
You used to tell me that I don't make you happy. All that time you would be complaining. I'll call you every day, yeah, yo, baby, don't know.
You can now get all the Chibuzi out with MTN voice bundles. Call all networks. Kubei Dondoro. Buy a 25-minute voice bundle for only 1,000. Or buy any daily voice bundle of your choice. Dial *100 *21# and select daily, or use the My MTN app. When we talk together, we are unstoppable.
It's true what people say, that when I wash and you wash your hands with soap, we'll have less infections as Ugandans. After all, it's hands that handle money. It's hands that feed us. Hands that prepare soil for farming. Hands that we use to learn. And hands that we use for fun.
When I wash and you wash, it means clean hands for all. So, wash your hands with soap and clean water regularly to keep away infections and disease-causing germs. This message is from the National Hand Washing Secretariat with support from UNICEF.
In the heart of Uganda, a financial revolution is happening. We were once left out, saving the old-fashioned way, with an unexpected saving spot, keeping it too close for comfort. But now, we found a better way to save and manage money. Download the Wendy app from Google Play or App Store or dial *229#. With Wendy, your money is safe and you can earn interest daily. Visit your Google Play or App Store or dial *229# to register. Wendy
Non-business news, a delegation from the National Forestry Research Institute has paid a visit to curated farms in Luwero district aiming at increasing avocado value chain, improve household incomes and promote climate resilience through strategic collaboration. This decision follows Dr. Bakali Mukasa's move from the United States to invest in avocado cultivation in Uganda, driven by the crop's significant benefits.
A research scientist at NARO, Dr. Odoi Juventine Boaz, has raised significant concerns about the potential for fraudulent practices in the avocado seedling market, particularly due to the lack of local sources.
The President has been much more about value addition. Like now, you have a plan for maybe a mini processing plant so that you can have semi-processed material or oil which can be refined somewhere, so it makes you sell at a higher price, and it can easy to be stored. So with this kind of big investment, you need now to look in. Maybe later you can continue expanding.
Odoi pointed out that some individuals might import science from Kenya and then adulterate them, just as other products like milk.
I've also seen the aspect of seeing that the market, as has already been mentioned, but now, for now, most importantly, the farm has to continue with the aspect of weed management, because it is the way how to eradicate any possible pests that can be able to come onto the tree, and specifically as the trees are almost starting to flower. So that is the time when the pests are really attracted, and I have already advised them on the particular ways on how to prepare the preparedness to handle pests in order not to compromise with the required standards.
Dr. Odoi Boaz suggested that DNA analysis, though costly, could help verify the authenticity of the seedlings.
We're going to sit after this, we're going to sit and discuss the way forward, step by step, next steps to take, because that's very essential. We need to, one of the things that is very soon to happen is for us to keep coming to monitor the trees, especially when they start to fruit, because identifying what is an off type and what is a true type, you need to see the fruits. The fruits are a way of getting evidence. Of course,
marking trees with colored tapes based on their variety was also recommended.
We know it's going to transform the economy of this nation if we invest in this. We're going to work at it together. We're going to mobilize the resources together. We're going to do the research together. Of course, research, sometimes you have challenges. We will walk through those challenges and overcome them together with Curated Farms.
The owner and proprietor of Curated Farms in Luwero highlighted the transformative potential of avocados for Uganda's agriculture sector.
We really believe that it's the green gold because of the income it fetches. We've seen it transforming economies for countries in North America and the Caribbean, countries like Jamaica, countries like Peru, countries like Mexico are making fortunes from this product.
Key issues such as water management, pest control and ensuring that the true Hass variety is cultivated were addressed. The partnership between Curated Holdings International Limited, National Agricultural Research Organization and Naro Holdings Limited represents an important moment in Uganda's agricultural development. Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
Uganda Baati has recently inaugurated its new showroom in Iganga, Eastern Uganda, as part of its initiative to combat the pervasive issue of counterfeit and substandard goods that plague the region. This opening marks the company's 15th showroom and the second in Eastern Uganda, following the one in Jinja.
According to a 2015 report by the Economic Policy Research Center, A staggering 40% of Ugandan businesses are adversely affected by counterfeit and low-quality products, which undermine consumer safety and fair trade practices. At the grand opening of its new showroom in Iganga, Uganda Baati CEO George Arodi expressed his long-standing concern about the quality of roofing materials in the eastern region, noting that many roofs have been observed to fade and deteriorate rapidly.
Many consumers, virtually all the consumers, if you tell them a roof is going to fade, they will think twice. The only thing is that many customers would not be able to differentiate a good roof sheet when they go to the hardware dealers to be able to buy.
The new facility aims to provide a range of superior steel roof sheets and building materials, thereby offering convenience to local contractors, architects and residents.
We are well aware that the distance from various districts of Uganda to Kampala, where we have a factory, or Tororo, where we have another factory, is quite immense. So we appreciate the fact that being able to spend that money is not something that comes at short notice. So we prefer that we address customers' concern in terms of reducing speed and time of accessing our products.
Local leaders have welcomed this development.
Kuba Katanga nga bw'ogiraba ye tawuni ekyakula, tuli kusuubira okuexpandinga okuva ku boundaries eziriko municipality enkadde, tugende paka Buseyi, tugende paka Nakalama. Kitegeeza nti akatale aka Uganda Baati kajja kubeerawo ekali kuba abantu baagala ebizimbisibwa.
Aye nga omukyala tunumirwa ino okubona nti woba oli munumba ekunumira okubaamu kuba nife bamaneja abawaka. So woba munumba enungi ng'ezimbiirwa quality enungi onumirwa okuba waka wamanaginga obulungi.
As the company celebrates its 60-year journey in providing trusted roofing solutions across the country, this initiative serves as part of Uganda Baati's broader strategy to ensure that every Ugandan has access to high-quality building materials. Wadulo Makanol for UBC News in Iganga.
Minister of State for Trade, Industry and Cooperatives, David Baati, has said the industry sector currently contributes greatly to Uganda's gross domestic product and employs several. Baati also says the sector contributes to a lot of taxes to Uganda Revenue Authority. This was during a media briefing on the forthcoming International Trade Fair, slated for early next week at Uganda Manufacturers Association Lugogo Showgrounds.
The sector is reported to be contributing enormously to Uganda's gross domestic product, a milestone of industrial excellence. The Minister of State for Trade, Industry and Cooperatives, David Baati, was briefing the media on the forthcoming International Trade Fair, slated for early next week at Uganda Manufacturers Association, Lugogo Showgrounds.
Uganda has now established sufficient capacity to produce essential products to meet the domestic demand and for exports. Some of these exports are rather products that we are now manufacturing in our strategy of import substitution and export promotion. They include pharmaceuticals. We have now factories producing pharmaceuticals which we used to import. And Cipla is one of the examples you have seen. We have producing drugs, textiles, tiles, transformers, electricity meters, cables, industrial refined sugar.
Baati said that manufacturing is a solution to the problem of markets, prices, and unemployment that farmers have been grappling with.
We are adding value to what they are producing. And when you add value to what they are producing, you create valued markets for them. Then you create employment. And of course, you get good prices. A kilo of cassava, which was buying, for example, 1,500, when it is taken and added value and you sell flour, cassava flour or starch, the amount of money you get from one single kilo of cassava is a lot.
Speaking at the same media briefing, Deo Kayemba, Chairman Uganda Manufacturers Association, explained that this year's trade fair introduces several innovative features aimed at addressing employment.
When you come, you expect to visit the industrial education pavilion. As I said, you know, we can't just keep talking about industrialization without enabling our human resource, without enabling our young men going out of school to think in this direction.
The trade fair is expected to attract over 360 exhibitors from 26 countries and aims at providing an opportunity to manufacturers to interact and showcase the progress and collaboration Uganda is making as a country. Winnie Ainembaba's Katire.
Indomie Instant Noodles is available in 3 flavors of chicken, beef, and vegetable. Buy your Indomie Instant Noodles in supermarkets and dukas near you anywhere across Uganda.
Indomie Instant Noodles, Uganda's best-loved noodles.
The Ministry of Health informs the general public that there are some cases of Mpox detected in Uganda. The ministry, working with partners and affected district local governments, are doing their best to contain the situation. The signs and symptoms of Mpox are body rash, fever, general body weakness, headache, sore throat, nasal congestion or cough, and swollen lymph nodes. You can prevent yourself from getting infected with Mpox by avoiding close contact with people who have been confirmed to have Mpox or who have signs and symptoms of Mpox, avoiding touching or sharing personal items like beddings, eating utensils, phones, or other belongings of a person who has the signs and symptoms of Mpox. Avoiding contact, including eating with all wild animals, alive or dead, especially those known to carry the virus, such as rodents and monkeys, and those that appear sick or have been found dead. Getting vaccinated if you're among those who have been identified to be at high risk of Mpox infection. Mpox is treatable and usually goes away after 2 to 4 weeks. However, it can be severe, causing even death, especially among children, pregnant women, and those with other health conditions. For more information and support, contact your nearest health worker. Call the Ministry of Health's toll-free line on 0800 100 066 or send a free SMS to YouReport on 8500.
Now in sports, Kampala International Future Series 2024 has shuttled off today at the Lugogo Indoor Stadium with about 140 athletes competing for ranking points and money prizes for the ultimate winner. The athletes are from 19 countries, notably Uganda, India, Malaysia, England, Malta, Australia, Portland and others. This tournament will be played in a knockout format for both the men's and women's categories and will have games in singles and doubles. The event is a curtain raiser for the East African City Tires tournament happening next week at the same venue.
What I'm hoping in this tournament is to emerge winner in some categories and acquire a number of points to enable me get close to the qualifications of the next Olympic Games.
I feel bad, of course, being that I'm not able to play in my own home country, and these are all points that I'm going to be missing out, and maybe it would have helped me to improve on certain things and accumulate more points. But it's not nice being around and you're not playing, but I'm going to be here to cheer on my friends and my teammates.
Tutandise tournament yaffe ya Kampala International Future Series olwaleero nga nganze omuzanyi ndi willing okulaba nti nteekawo challenge wakati w'ensi zino ezizze. Game yange gyengenda okusooka okuzanya ya singles tomorrow, ng'era nsuubira okulaba nti ngenda teekawo challenge ya maanyi nnyo, cause omusajja pulira mwewulira musobola, era inshallah nina okuba nga mukuba.
Amawanga 20 ge getabiseemu era bonna bwe bali wano, nga tulina abazanyi okuva mu Australia, Cook Island, ne tuba n'abo abavudde mu India.
Well, and that does it for News Tonight for now. We do return at 10 o'clock with more details. Dorothy Namuyomba on Sign Language. I am Rhoda Ngonzi. Good evening.
The Uganda Muslim Supreme Council and the National Chair Lady, Honorable Sophia Kenyanji Safina, invites all Muslim women and men to join us for a momentous inauguration of the Women's Council. The event will take place on the 8th of October 2024 at the Gaddafi National Mosque Gardens starting at 9 a.m. The guest of honor will be Her Excellency Hajat Samia Suluhu, the President of the Republic of Tanzania. And the chief guest will be His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the President of the Republic of Uganda, and His Eminence Sheikh Shaban Ramadan Mubaje, the Mufti of Uganda. This is a chance to be part of something truly special as we mark a new era for Muslim women in Uganda. Other activities will include launching the National Muslim Women's Circle and establishing a national fund to support a one-stop skilling and rehabilitation center.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Fellow citizens, I would like to welcome all of you for our first exhibition in the Namkekera Industrial